Hi everyone, I'm very happy to meet you all with a new content, and this is the second video of the series, a practical approach to interpretation of arterial blood gas analysis reports. And if you have not watched my first video, I strongly recommend that you watch that first, and that is why I've attached the link for that video in the description box below. And if you're here after checking my thumbnail, I'm very sure that you're curious to know about the various jargons that are provided in an ABG report. And the objective of this session is to explain you the difference between two such complicated terms. One is actual bicarbonate, the other one is a standard bicarbonate. And you know what, I'm not only going to tell you the difference between these two parameters, I'm also going to help you clinically apply these two parameters in various scenarios. And watch this video till the end, because at the end I'm also going to tell you the therapeutic application of decoding these two values. So without further delay, let's quickly dive into the clinical scenario. Actually, it's not a clinical scenario. I provide an ABG report, an actual ABG report for you to understand the significance of decoding actual bicarbonate value and standard bicarbonate value. And we are going to interpret every parameter one by one. And as always in an ABG report, we are going to interpret the pH value first. And the pH that's provided here is 7.286. We know the normal pH is 7.36 to 7.44. So in this case, pH is low, which means it's a case of acidosis. Now, in a case of acidosis, the next step would be to identify whether it's metabolic acidosis or respiratory acidosis, for which we would like to look at the second value, which is PCO2. Because if low pH is accompanied by high PCO2, we would call it as respiratory acidosis. Because in this condition, carbon dioxide has accumulated for some reason, and because carbon dioxide can act as a source of acid, that has increased hydrogen ion concentration and that has decreased the pH. So that is respiratory acidosis. Now let's check the PCO2 value here. It's 45 millimeter of mercury, and we know normal PCO2 is 36 to 44 millimeter of mercury. So there is a marginal increase in partial pressure of carbon dioxide, so it can be probably respiratory acidosis. Now, to confirm that it's respiratory acidosis and to find out if there is a hidden metabolic condition also, we will have to look at the bicarbonate value. Yeah, but this ABG report has given you two bicarbonate values. What are you going to look at first? You have to look at the first parameter, which is actual bicarbonate, which is represented as small c, bicarbonate symbol within bracket P. Now, what does this prefix C stand for? The prefix C stands for the fact that it's a calculated value. I want you to know that an arterial blood gas analyzer has electrodes to measure pH, a specific electrode to measure PO2, PCO2, a specific electrode to measure every electrolyte, sodium, potassium, chloride, sometimes they measure calcium, sometimes they measure lactate. So for all these parameters, they have unique electrodes to measure every parameter. But there is no electrode or there is no mode for directly measuring bicarbonate in an ABG analyzer. So any value for bicarbonate that you find in an ABG report is a calculated value, which is calculated based on the pH and PCO2 using Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. That is why the prefix C. And then the symbol bicarbonate we know, and within brackets P stands for the fact that it's a plasma bicarbonate. Okay, and this is called as actual bicarbonate. And the next parameter that is provided is small c bicarbonate within bracket P and standard. So what does standard bicarbonate mean? I'll tell you in a short while. For now, actual bicarbonate is what you're going to use to find out if it's metabolic condition or a respiratory condition. And the value here is 16.9 millimoles per liter. The normal actual bicarbonate is 24. And the range is 21 to 27 millimoles per liter. And in this case, it's reduced. Yeah. So what if acidosis is accompanied by a reduction in bicarbonate? In that case, you're going to call it as metabolic acidosis, because in this condition, for some reason, bicarbonate, the buffer concentration has reduced. So metabolic acids have accumulated, and that has caused a reduction in pH. So if low pH is accompanied by high PCO2, it is respiratory acidosis. Low pH is accompanied by low bicarbonate, it is metabolic acidosis. And in this condition, you find both. Does that mean it's a combination of respiratory acidosis and metabolic acidosis? Only when such a dilemma appears, only when there is a mixed acid-base disorder or a dilemma in the diagnosis of a primary acid-base disorder, you will have to look at standard bicarbonate value. Now, what is a standard bicarbonate? It's also a calculated value, and here the calculation is based on the assumption that the given blood sample is equilibrated with a solution of normal PO2 and normal PCO2. Do you understand this? Standard bicarbonate is a calculated value wherein we try to assume that the given blood sample is equilibrated with another solution of normal PO2 and normal PCO2. Or in other words, we are trying to guess what would be the bicarbonate concentration if the person's respiratory center is working properly. Yeah, so after you correct for the respiratory defect, if the bicarbonate value becomes normal, it means so long there had been a respiratory defect which has been corrected by this assumption. So you would call that as a respiratory condition. Whereas after you correct the respiratory defect by an assumption, if the bicarbonate does not normalize, it means it's a metabolic defect. So the carry home message here is, if actual bicarbonate is equal to standard bicarbonate, it means correction of the respiratory defect is not going to correct bicarbonate value, which means it's a metabolic condition. Whereas if actual bicarbonate and standard bicarbonate are different, after equilibrating with normal PCO2 and normal PO2, if you see that the bicarbonate oscillates, it means so long the change in bicarbonate had been because of a respiratory condition. So what do you observe here? The actual bicarbonate and standard bicarbonate are almost the same. So in this person, correcting the respiratory defect or connecting the person to a ventilator is not going to correct the bicarbonate change. So there is definitely a metabolic condition. So this tells you that it is a metabolic acidosis. It's not a respiratory acidosis. It's a metabolic acidosis. Okay. Now that we have understood that it's a case of metabolic acidosis, we are going to rule out choices one by one. Do you think it can be choice A or choice D? No, I've already told you, if it's a respiratory defect, after you assume with the normal PO2 and PCO2, the bicarbonate value should have normalized. That has not happened here. So it's not a respiratory condition. So I have excluded choice A and choice D straight away. Okay. And there are two other choices: metabolic acidosis with impending respiratory failure and compensated metabolic acidosis. So for me to exclude choice C, I should find out whether it's compensated or not. All that I know for now is it's a metabolic acidosis. I should find out whether it's compensated or not. Straight away I'm going to say it's not compensated because of the pH. Right, normal pH is 7.36 to 7.44. Had it been a compensated metabolic acidosis, the pH should have come at least a bit close to the normal range. Here it's very low, 7.286. But otherwise, how do you calculate compensation? As I told you in the video number 1, in any disorder, for example, in metabolic acidosis, if the decrease in pH is caused by a decrease in bicarbonate, it has to be compensated by the other parameter, which is PCO2. And the change in the next parameter will be parallel to the change in the primary parameter. So if the primary defect is a decrease in bicarbonate, the compensation would be a decrease in PCO2. Okay, how far do you think this PCO2 should be or can be reduced? For that, we have a formula. So expected PCO2. Expected PCO2 is equal to 1.5 into bicarbonate plus 8. Expected PCO2 is equal to 1.5 into bicarbonate plus 8. So what is the bicarbonate value here? Bicarbonate value here is 16.9 plus 8. I'm going to have it as 17. 1.5 into 17 would be 17 plus 8.5. 25.5 plus 8, which is 33.5. So expected PCO2 is 33.5, which means from a normal of 40, in this metabolic acidosis condition, the PCO2 should have dropped to 33.5. Okay, but what you find here, the PCO2 has raised. It's definitely not compensated metabolic acidosis. That is another disorder which is an impending respiratory failure. Now, do you think that's possible? Do you think metabolic acidosis with impending respiratory failure is possible? Yes. Because in metabolic acidosis, the hydrogen ion that accumulates in the blood will be reflected in the CSF. And the rise of H plus in CSF would stimulate central chemoreceptors and respiratory center will be stimulated and the person would hyperventilate, Kussmaul's breathing. And when the person hyperventilates, the actual aim is to wash away carbon dioxide. But when the person hyperventilates for a very long time, respiratory muscle weakness is probable. And when respiratory muscle is weakened, it's a danger sign. Which means the compensating effect is going to be nullified, which means you have to intervene. How can we intervene? By giving bicarbonate. So we know in metabolic acidosis, not in all cases of metabolic acidosis, we are allowed to give bicarbonate. We know that, right? Because in metabolic acidosis, all those metabolic acids, when they get metabolized, will finally give rise to bicarbonate. So if you give exogenous bicarbonate, then at one point that can be alkalosis. That's why we are not going to start bicarbonate therapy for anybody with metabolic acidosis. There are few guidelines for starting bicarbonate therapy, one of which is pH should be at least less than 7.2. When the normal is 7.4, until it's reduced from 7.4 to 7.2, you're not supposed to start bicarbonate therapy. Only when it falls below 7.2, we say bicarbonate therapy can be initiated. But that's not always true. If there is an impending respiratory failure, it means you will have to intervene as a physician or as an acute care physician. You will have to intervene in the sense you will have to start bicarbonate therapy even if pH has not fallen below 7.2. So that's a therapeutic application of knowing about these parameters. So answer to this question is metabolic acidosis with impending respiratory failure. Conclusion or carry home message is bicarbonate actual is a calculated value using Henderson-Hasselbalch equation, and that's the parameter which you will have to use for any calculation or for any diagnosis. But standard bicarbonate has to be used whenever there is a dilemma in the diagnosis, whenever you want to find out whether it's a respiratory disorder or a metabolic disorder. So if standard bicarbonate and actual bicarbonate are equal, it means there is no respiratory component. There is only a metabolic condition which is causing the acid-base imbalance. If standard bicarbonate is varied after equilibration, it means there is a respiratory defect also. Thank you.